Hi, it's Kendra with EduTech, and today we're going to look at differentiated instruction with Google Forms. Did you know that you're able to remediate and provide opportunities to accelerate learning in a self-paced form using Google Forms? Through differentiated instruction, you can use a Google form to provide student needs to learn how the student will gain access to knowledge by changing the content. You can also change the process in which students are answering various questions with changing the format of various questions, as well as tailoring the product to fit their students' needs, creating formative or summative assessments for students using Google Forms. So let's look into the actual form. So this is a template of a quick quiz that I've created for students. This is a general geography check for understanding quiz, or just a unit. You can treat this as the process can actually be students learning the content, or you've taught it maybe in a mini lesson and you want to check for understanding to see if you can progress to another element of a standard or continue to review until students understand the skills and concepts within this standard. As you can see, I have created various sections based on a geography standard. This is not a real standard, but just for the purposes of this tutorial, let's pretend that we've created a social studies first grade standard on geography. So I'm simply evaluating students' understanding of bodies of water and landforms. So what I already did was create questions. Question 1, it says, what is the largest ocean in the world? Now, in order to differentiate this instruction, my goal is if they answer the question correctly, they're going to be able to move on to question number 2, which is a landform. But if they answer the question incorrectly, they're going to have the opportunity to automatically be directed to a review. So what I did was I went ahead and created the question, and then right under, all I clicked was this icon to add a section. So as you can see, once I add a section, it's generally going to add to the actual Google form. So if I hit add section, it's going to add a section. Hit add section, it's going to add a section. And you can see all the way down the various sections that we have added. You can add as many sections as you would like. And generally what the sections will do, as you can see, I just clicked, and it's going to bring it right up to the top. And all you have to do is if you want to bring your section, or if it's a review, you can bring it right under the question. So if you want to delete the section, you can always delete. And it will tell you the number, section 2 of however many sections you have in total. So let's, for instance, drop this section down. You just go to move section. So maybe I want this entitled section under section 1. So I'll just drop it down under section 1 and hit save. So as you can see, it moved around. The first section, I'm just getting demographic information, email address. The second section starts with my questions. So I generally will type in under the section a title so that I'll know what is a question and what is a review. And the question number 1 says, what is the largest ocean in the world? If students got that incorrectly, I can add in this review component, and that's all I did. All I typed in was bodies of water review. And what I did was I just added under the actual section. They will automatically allow you to have questions. And sorry, it changed. Let me move up my demographic question under name. You can always drag questions, but you have to move sections. Once again, you can drag questions. So I can drag the question like you saw, but I have to actually, under the 3 vertical dots, I have to move sections. So under this section, I want to add a question. It says bodies of water review. I may just want to add a video of various bodies of water just so that students can review the material if they're having trouble understanding the types of water. major bodies of water in the world. So it'll automatically put in the actual video. I may say, hey, I want to ask him a question. What is a body of water? All right. Or what is an ocean? I may want to add in an image. So if I have a actual chart that I created, I can add in an image of the bodies of water, infographic, or a thinking map. And I can also import various questions that I've had in other Google Forms. So again, those are ways that you actually create the section. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this section because I've already created it. As you can see under this section, and the easiest way is for me to navigate a Google form that provides differentiating instruction is to create the question, then create the review section. That can have questions in it as well. As you can see, it can have also videos, and I also added in a link so that students can read and they just check off, yes, I read the article and I can identify the 5 major bodies of water. Once they finish with this section, then I want them to actually go to question 2. If they got question 2 correctly, they're going to move on to question number 3. But if they got question number 2 incorrectly, in choosing any one of these that is not a landform, which is a landform, so this is a river, this is a lake, this is an ocean, my landform will be an actual mountain, the others are just physical features. If they got those incorrect and they chose either 3 bodies of water, they would move to landforms review, okay? And I also added in an image of just an actual chart on landforms, okay? And once they finish this review section, they can go to think it through. Now, how do I assign the actual sections and questions? So I'm under question 1. All I have to do is click to edit, go all the way down to the 3 vertical dots, and I go click at this icon that says go to section based on answer. Okay, so once I do that, you'll see 2 columns pop up. So if students clicked on any of the incorrect answers, this is the incorrect answer: Indian Ocean, Amazon River, India. So they would go continue to the next section. So continue to the next section, which is section 2. And that section, and they're in section 2, they'll go to the next section, which is section 3, the review. Okay, if I want to be more specific, I can click the name of it. Go to section 3, bodies of water. Go to section 3, bodies of water. Go to section 3, bodies of water. If they answered question 2 correctly, then it's automatically going to have them continue to question 2. Okay, and so question 2 is under section 4. Okay, and as you can see in parentheses, it'll let you know 2, and then the actual standard that goes along with it because it's on landforms. You can title, that's why it's so important to title your section so that you will make it easier for yourself to know what sections to go to. Okay, so all of these can actually say go to next section, or it can actually say the actual section that you want them to go to, and then it automatically say, and this is the section. So once these students are finished with the review section, it automatically, you can click after section 3, continue to next section, or you can actually click number 4, which is the next section, section 4. So section 4 again, is the questions. So this is question 2. So in section 4, you can again click on section 4 and look at the answer choices. Go down to the 3 vertical dots, go to section based on answer. So again, if students got this question incorrectly, Amazon River, Lake, Victoria, or Indian Ocean, they're going to just continue to next section, which is the landforms review. So you want them to continue to the next section so that they have an opportunity to remediate and review the content. But if they actually got the question correctly, they're not going to continue to the next section. They're going to be able to go to the written response question, which is under section 6, and it's called Think It Through. Okay, and then after students who got the question incorrectly, after section 4, you want them to go to section 5, which is the landforms review. Once they've reviewed, they can continue to the next section, which is the think it through. Okay? And then after think it through, they're ready to submit. Okay? So again, you want to be able to preview and see how this actually will appear. So I'm going to take the quiz, and just a note, when you go to every section, you're going to have only that question on the page. So even the demographics page, where I'm collecting email addresses and their name, that page is going to be only one section. As you can see, it's page 1 of 6. Every section will have its own page, which will help students when they have one question. They're going to only see that one question on the page because it is in its own section. So let's go ahead and take the quiz. So as you can see, typed in my information, my name, and now I'm going to go ahead and select the answer for question 1. So what is the largest ocean in the world? I'm going to choose for this time the correct answer. So Pacific Ocean. As you can see, it's going to direct me to question 2. And then I click the correct answer for Rocky Mountains. It's the correct answer for question 2, and it's going to push me to question 3. And I'll type in my written response. Well, let's go all the way back to question 1, and let's say, for instance, I chose the incorrect answer. So I chose Indian Ocean. Now I'm going to go to a review. Type in the review. I watched the video. I'm going to go do a check for understanding question based on the video. And then I also have a link that I can go to just on a worksheet where I can read the article or do the worksheet and take the notes. So yes. And then you also remember from the quiz, when you assign quizzes, you can also go into each question and select the written response or select the actual question that students have to make mandatory. So you can have this short answer, a mandatory question that kids will have to answer. And you can also make this multiple choice. If you're giving them a multiple choice check for understanding on a review, you can actually select the correct response to that question. And then they'll go to question 2 again once they got that one wrong. Again, I'm going to select the incorrect answer, and now it's going to take me to a review. All right. And then I can go to next. If you do not want students to go back and have the option to go back and forth, you can lock it where students can't edit their responses, which will allow you to know, like, hey, they didn't just guess over and over again and try to find the correct answer. Once they went to the review page, they went back and then they kept checking answer choices to make sure that they selected the correct answer and wouldn't have to do the review. When that is an indication that they need review because they answered incorrectly the first time. So again, they're going to do this review. They're going to go to next. They're going to do their review. If they got it incorrect, they're going to go to next. And they can do the written response and then submit their answer. Once again, this is a great tool for self-paced instruction. If you want students to just learn material or review the material that was taught, you can assign this as just a unit review or just an actual independent practice activity and allow students to go at their own pace and allow them to self-reflect and say, hey, I need some review because I got this question incorrectly. You can also change the different processes. They don't have to always watch a video. You can assign them questions. You can add in links to actual notes or worksheets that they need to actually review. You can create various question formats, whether it's multiple choice or actually written response. And then the product, if you want them to complete an actual product and have to show mastery of it, you can have them submit an answer in a paragraph form or submit the product in a question form. And you can also add in at the end, after they've submitted before they submit their assessment, you can give them a quick question on just how they're actually feel about the unit. Do you think that you mastered it? Do you still have 3 questions on a scale from 0 to 5? How well do you think you've done on this unit? just to help you be able to better evaluate your students' performance. And that is the end of differentiating instruction using Google Forms.